Hi beauties, welcome back. Jireh here. I am so glad to be back with you guys. If you're new here, thank you for clicking on this channel, and if you're returning, what's up? Here guys, I really talk about accountability over almost every area of your life. I think it's wise for us to be accountable for ourselves, be self-aware, and understand the decisions that we're making, even the thought process that's leading us to those decisions. So we're not just ending up in situations and then blaming it on, external factors, because the reason why we are where we are in every area of life is because of self. And so if we start with self, recognizing what we do, what we don't do that can possibly lead us to some places, I think we're gonna be able to set a better blueprint for the next generation to come. And that's where my heart really lies with, young children and single moms. And so that's the purpose for here. And today what I'm going to be talking about is trusting yourself, what it looks like to start trusting yourself and what that really means. And I'm really excited for this topic today because this is something that I really had to work on for myself. Like, you guys, this is something I really had to work on, and I'm still working on it. Everything I'm talking about, I'm working on, or I wouldn't say have mastered. I don't think you've mastered anything until you die. And if you ever come to a point where you think like you have arrived, you should probably go back to the drawing board. But everything I talk about, I'm not pointing no fingers. This is, same fingers coming back to me. But but anyways, I feel like the foundation of what it means to trust yourself starts with your daily habits, and starts with discipline, and starts with also consistency. I feel like when you are able to be consistent with yourself and have a routine that works for you, that you're able to implement daily and follow through on that, that's when you can start trusting yourself and knowing that you're gonna show up for you, and you're gonna make sure it gets done. And that's why I'm a big believer in systems. I'm a big believer in routines, because although it seems like, dumb to be doing the same thing every day, whether it's just like maybe a simple thing in the morning, like wake up, brush your teeth, make your bed, drink tea and pray, or like a little night routine or whatever, doing something consistently starts to train your brain. And when you start, and that's where I think the work begins, because so many of us don't really understand the power of the subconscious mind. Like, I'm still even learning about the power of the subconscious mind. That's really where we act from. That's really how we make decisions from, our subconscious mind, not the conscious mind. We could tell ourselves in the conscious mind, like, we're, confident, we're queens, we're kings, we're leaders. But in the back of your subconscious mind, if you have like, a peasant mentality or a defeated mentality, you're still going to act and maneuver in a way that's going to showcase that. So when you start doing when you start implementing little systems and routines, I feel like that is what starts rewiring your subconscious mind so that you can start acting out of your conscious mind. And so it's just 3 or 4 little things that I feel like, one, has helped me in learning to trust myself. And I feel like a lot of reasons, a lot of times the reason that we end up in situations, or sometimes might be a great example, why you end up with people in relationships, and then people are like, why didn't it work out? And it's like, oh well, I just wasn't feeling it, or this or that or the other. It's because you don't trust yourself. And so getting into this relationship, you knew it wasn't right. You were just looking for, validation or acceptance or whatever, but you weren't really moving in authenticity with yourself. So now, like, when stuff are getting hot, it's like, okay, let me pump the brakes, because I know this is what I really don't want, but I don't know what I want, And so I feel like if we can start trusting ourselves and knowing what we want, knowing how we want our life to look, then even like these little time wasting relationships we would bypass, or, you know, even time wasting jobs, or whatever the case may be, time wasting friendships you would bypass because you're like, that's not what I want. You know, I can trust myself. I trust my decisions. And you start understanding everything is a seed. You know, every person is a seed. Every podcast you listen to a seed. All music that you listen to a seed. Is everything that you watch is a seed. And so I always start with understanding who you are, where you want to be, and what it's going to take to get there. And then make a plan, you know, make a plan, have a routine that you're going to follow, that you're going to implement in your life to get to that goal, to that dream that you see, and be consistent in that plan. You know, do it every day without fail. And that's where your discipline comes in, guys, because when it's raining and say your plan has been to go walking or to go running, that discipline is what's going to separate you from the people who just allow stuff to happen in their life and the people who make stuff. And so I think that separates us from the people who allow stuff to happen and the people who make stuff happen. And when all those are combined, I think that's when you can, when accountability really comes in, you know? And even you can have an accountability partner. And that's when you really get down to the core of like, yo, I trust myself, you know? Like, I can trust my decisions. I can trust what I'm going to do. I can even trust people that I'm going to allow into my life because I know how I guard and how I run my own life. You know, I'm just not out here willy-nilly flying by the whim and just hoping I land into, you know, good hands and good situations. I'm making a point to make sure that my mind and my decision and my actions are all lined up so that I get to the place where I want to be. So take that, guys. Food for thought. I will see you guys in the next video, and I'll be back talking to you. Love you. Bye.